Part 2. Reddit user Putinator wrote.
Then I saw him, behind both of my parents, between the branches of the old oak tree. A man was standing in the background, smiling. He was a strange-looking man, hair long and gray, and he was missing a number of teeth. His eyes, however, were probably the strangest thing. They almost appeared red. I laughed to myself, thinking that we had been photobombed. I was about to put the photos back in the drawer. That's when I saw him again. The same man, standing in the same spot behind my parents. He was still just staring and smiling at the camera with those red eyes. I was a bit worried at this point. How could he appear in both photos that were taken 15 years apart? I looked at the next photo, and standing behind the oak tree behind my parents was the same man. I then started to flick through again, and in each photo stood this mysterious stranger. The more I looked, the more I began to think he wasn't smiling at the camera at all, but instead, laughing at my family. I didn't know who this man was, and I didn't know why he was always there watching my family. I tried to think of different rational explanations. Maybe this man knew that we took a photo every year and so planned to always be in the background of the photo. Or maybe it was one of my parents' friends playing a joke on us. I managed to convince myself that it was someone my parents knew, and they were just playing a joke. This helped comfort me enough and helped me try and forget what I had seen. I switched on the TV and watched whatever was on for an hour or two to get my mind off of it. That's when it happened. The words "breaking news" interrupting whatever sitcom I was watching. The newsreader began to speak, and an image of a man I knew all too well appeared on the screen. "Terry Stewart, convicted murderer, has died today," they said, as the image of Terry, my parents' friend, appeared on the screen. He died in his cell after a long battle with cancer. Terry was convicted back in 1996 of the murder of Edward and Teresa Barter. My jaw dropped as a photo of my parents flashed up on the screen. Terry Stewart maintained that he was innocent, and today he revealed the name of who he claims was the true murderer, a man named Paul Randling. However, 7 News revealed that Paul Randling had been dead long before the murders. I couldn't get the man out of my head. I Googled Paul Randling. I found an article. Murderer Paul Randling will face life in prison February 5, 1943. Randling, 58, had been convicted of a double murder. Underneath was a drawing of Randling. It was the man in the photos. How could this man, who was jailed in the 1940s, be in my family photos? I picked up the photos again, but the man wasn't behind my parents. He had moved. He was standing right behind me.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications.